One of the players I spent a lot of time with during his college career was Bronson Koenig, who, as many of you know who are watching this video, had a really good career at the University of Wisconsin. We started working together after his sophomore year, working on everything from his individual skills to watching game film and even working on his nutrition. And after a couple of years, we had developed a pretty good relationship. And so the middle of his senior year, I got a text from him saying, "Hey, can we talk?" He was really in his head about this upcoming game against Indiana. And I was like, "Well, what's the deal? Why is Indiana such a big deal for you?" And he said, "I've never played well against Indiana my entire career, and we've never won at Indiana." So I asked him how he felt about doing a visualization exercise, which he agreed to do for the next 7 days leading up to the game. And so he visualized himself in Assembly Hall, the colors of the uniforms, the fans, the smell of the arena, seeing the basketball go through the net, and doing whatever he could, engaging his five senses to put himself into that environment that he was going to be in 7 days. So a week later, I turned on ESPN to watch the game, and in the first 90 seconds, Bronson hit a three from the right wing, he caught the ball in the left wing and hit another three, and he got the basketball in the right corner and drained another three. And so they went up 9-0, and he went on to play his best game that he ever played against Indiana, and they won for the first time at Indiana in his entire career. So obviously I was super excited for him, but what I really wanted to know was how he felt about this exercise that he was doing for the last 7 days going up to the game. And so I texted him after the game to find out how it went, and his exact response back was, "When I stepped out on the court, I felt like I had already been there before. I felt like I had already made the shots." What MRI studies have been able to prove over the past 15 years is that the same areas are activated whether we physically practice something or we are in deep, vivid visualization of that experience or that skill that we're trying to practice. And so whether we are visualizing something or whether we are physically practicing it, our brain is wrapping what is called myelin. And this is creating neurological connections, which is what everybody knows as muscle memory. So the reason this is super powerful is a couple things. Number one, we can get perfect mental repetitions when we practice visualization. When we practice physically, there's room for error. One of the common examples that I use is trying to change somebody's shot. There's always room for error because we have all these old habits built in. But when we visualize it, we can see it unfolding with perfection, so we are rewiring our brains to have essentially perfect muscle memory. Or the second way that we can use this is really the story that I shared about Bronson. Maybe we are really good at something and we have the skill, but it's the distractions of the environment that get in the way. So we are able to put ourselves into a stressful, high-stakes environment or game before we're actually there, and our mind can't tell the difference. So we're really putting ourselves into that environment. We're taking that last second shot 10, 15, 20, 100 times before we actually have to physically step into it. And when we are able to do that, it can build a tremendous amount of confidence when we actually step into those situations.